So I guess my next question for you is, in a world anchored by one's creativity,
Mhm.
right? How is AI starting to impact your everyday life or technology in general, everyday life and the industry from your perspective? And what have been the greatest benefits and challenges?
So AI is tricky, especially for artists, because the way that it started was, not in the ethical sense of terms of like a lot of our work. The work that we do is very specialized, right?
Yeah.
And what was happening a lot, especially during the onslaught of AI, was people were taking our work off of our portfolio sites and using it and feeding it into these algorithms to then make it like, where they have the filter like make yourself look like a superhero, but it
Yeah.
was pulling from our work. So
Wow.
without our permission and also without compensating us. So
Wow.
that was and that has been a huge kind of like point of AI, especially in just specifically in our world, right?
Yep.
Of visual
Yep.
development, right?
Yep.
But as we move forward, what's also starting to happen is you have two minds, which is, okay, AI is continuing to grow, right? And it's in other avenues of life, right? So it's going to, be one of those things where it's always going to be this delicate balance of
Yep.
what can it do? How can it help people? But then also there's the balance of what jobs does it take and replace?
Exactly.
So in this particular instance, as we move forward, they're fighting it on Capitol Hill, copyright, infringement, all of those things, right? Before, that was the main fight, was just to say like, okay, our work was taken. These are the things that are happening. This affects our job. And people are starting to try to use this thing that pulls from all these unknown sources, including our work, to then replace us, right? But as it's progressed, now it's kind of, there's two separate minds, which is there's the fight to get compensation and to be credited for the work that artists do, while also trying to figure out what the technology is and how to moderate it or how to control it and make it more like a tool.
Assistant. Yeah.
As an assistant, right? And so it's difficult. Where I stand on it is because I do want it to be ethical. I do want AI to be ethical, especially in the art space, right? I want it to feel like, as artists, you put so much into your art and so much training and so much dedication that you want to be compensated for that back, right? And you also want people to understand that that is a skill set that can't just be duplicated and kind of like, farmed out. But I think it's really important for me, where I stand on it in terms of my thought process is